The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
The New York Jets must get the roster down to 53 players by tomorrow at this time. Aaron Glenn spoke today and shared the latest injury news, and that impacts the 53-man roster. We'll get into that and much more. Jets insider Antwan Staley from the New York Daily News will join us. It is the Jake Asman Show. Let's hit it and get it started.
Man, AG's first training camp with the New York Jets is underway.
We bleed Jets green each and every day. Will the playoff drought finally end? Kings of the offseason, baby. This is what we do. At least we have Garrett Wilson. We have Breece Hall. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super chat, baby. Cut the line. We have Sauce Gardner. We have Quentin Williams. Prepare to be underdogs. Now it's time to talk all things New York Jets. It's the Jake Asman Show.
Here we go. Show number 2 on the day. Click the like button. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. And a reminder that if you can't watch the live YouTube show, we are available in audio form wherever you get your podcast, Apple or Spotify. Find the show, subscribe there, leave a 5-star review. And if it's funny, I will read it on the air later this week. Let's say hello to a man who I saw in person at the Badlands live show on Saturday. He covers the New York Jets for the New York Daily News. Ladies and gentlemen, Antwan Staley joins us now. Twan, always a pleasure. We can ignore what happened with our baseball teams over the weekend.
No, we can't.
I prefer to not
can't.
discuss that. I just did that for 2 hours on local radio. I don't need to see your Red Sox hat on the show here as I'm trying to talk about football.
I just had to let you know who was the superior team. So, I thought it'd be a good idea just to wear it today.
All right. A lot to talk about with you. Glenn spoke today. I want to start with the injury updates that he shared. Your thoughts on what Glenn said, and specifically, can you cover what is the latest? It sounds like Tyrod, Sauce, Isaiah Davis, and then maybe here's a bit of a surprise for some, Allen Lazard, all are going to be healthy for week 1. So let's start there.
Well, let me say this first. Like, we did not see them at practice today. So, despite what Aaron Glenn did say, yeah, they were not out there at practice. So, but yes, he's optimistic about their status moving forward for week 1. They feel like Tyrod is very close there. They don't necessarily need to go out and get another quarterback. And then obviously Allen Lazard, he's talking about practicing and, getting back in the swing of things this week. So it seems like he's going to make the team. Although I know a lot of people, that doesn't make a lot of people very happy, some Jet fans. But yeah, it seems like all of those guys are going to be ready to go for week 1.
With Lazard, it felt like short-term IR was a real possibility for him. How do you think it changes the receivers they could potentially now keep on the initial 53 if he's going to be on this team?
Well, if a guy, if you're thinking about keeping a guy like a Pritchard or a Brandon Smith potentially, then now you have to take one of those guys off, and one of those guys might be a practice squad guy. And now all of a sudden that suggests them to being open to anybody, just snatching them off the practice squad if they want to. So I think it'll impact it that way. You probably won't have as many young receivers on the roster as I think a lot of people was anticipated with Allen, being on the roster, at least initially. So yeah, but I expect those guys to still be around. The Jets really like them. Pritchard is a guy I really like too as well. Get gadget guy out of South Alabama, really good returner. I'm sure everybody saw what he was able to do against the Eagles last Friday. And Brandon Smith is somebody that's just been continuing just to be standing out in camp, like big body guy, very similar to kind of Allen Lazard's just attributes there. But it seems like he's a much more fluid pass catcher than Lazard is right now at this point.
Were there any updates on Xavier Gipson's status? Because he's someone that I think could be on the roster bubble as well. If they want to keep Pritchard, is there a spot for Gibson? Anything on Gibson, who didn't play, of course, in that last preseason game?
We didn't ask, but I assume he's probably one of those guys that's going to be healthy too. But yeah, he's one of the guys that we forgot to ask about. But yeah, his status definitely kind of impacts Pritchard too as well, because they're kind of like very similar type players. But I think Pritchard is probably just a little bit faster.
If you have a question for Antwan Staley, write it in. Comments, questions, your super chats will always cut the line around here. Talking, of course, with one of the great reporters out there covering this team. Antwan, what is this now? Year 3 or 4 for you on this beat?
It's my third year, but fourth season.
Fourth season, and the Jets have yet to win more than 7 games. But that changes this year. I know you smell, a playoff season, Antwan.
You didn't read my preview, did you?
I'm not ready yet. No.
So no, that is definitely not the case.
Okay. Well, we'll talk more about that coming up. Some other updates from camp today. Last practice before cutdowns. What was it like to kind of see the roster already start to be trimmed and kind of give us your feel on some of the cuts the Jets have already made? They made some cuts when we were at the event on Saturday. They released some more players yesterday. What has stood out so far among the players the Jets have officially announced they cut?
Well, it didn't seem like it was a million people out there on the field for one. So that was the kind of the thing that stood out there, especially since they've already started the roster trimming, as you alluded to. As far as like surprise, I really don't think there's been any big surprises. Maybe Jamie and Davis. I think that was probably the biggest surprise out of anybody that was released. I think everybody else is just players that they anticipated moving on from. I know Adrian Martinez is a guy that could potentially land back on the practice squad there. We'll see. Also, I mean, Hendon Hooker just got released by the Lions, so I don't know how the Jets necessarily feel about him inside that building. But obviously, Aaron Glenn and his ties, and also Tannen Edstrom, and that could be a potential option. But yeah, no, there's no big surprises there. I don't think it probably will be. Or there might be some minor, surprises on Tuesday for sure.
Hendon Hooker being released, that's a name that I'm sure you've been asked about him a ton over the last, several months since Glenn took over. I feel like if the Jets wanted him, they could have had him by now. So I'd be surprised if they would bring him in. I don't know. I feel like Brady Cook might be just as good, if not better, than Hendon Hooker.
Well, I haven't seen Hooker since he left Tennessee, so I don't know. Like, we hadn't seen much from him on tape, to be honest with you. So I don't know where he is as far as his development or anything like that. I will say this though, like in college, I really liked him. I thought he was, a guy that had the potential to be a first round pick, and obviously, things hadn't necessarily worked out in the league. But he is an older guy there, 27, about to be 28 years old. So also something to kind of keep in mind too. So I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they kicked the tires on him, but also to your point too as well. I'm sure if they really wanted him, they probably could have gotten him by now. For
There was
cheap.
100%. There was a report yesterday. I want to put it up on the screen here. This is from Jeremy Fowler that Carter Warren is a name to watch as someone the Jets could trade. I mean, I kind of laugh at some of the wording of this tweet talking about Carter Warren being like this quality offensive tackle depth. I guess people aren't watching the games, but the Jets have made several trades, as you see on the screen there. Fowler noting the 3 trades that Muji's made since Wednesday. Do you believe the Jets are going to make any other notable trades? It could be Warren. It could be another player that we're not even thinking of. Your thoughts on this report here from Jeremy Fowler?
I mean, I'm not terribly surprised because Carter Warren was a guy that could potentially get cut. So if a team is interested and they need some tackle depth, then maybe they decide they want to kick the tires on us. So yeah, I think we kind of already seen a little bit of that, obviously with the Derek Nambi trade there back to the Chiefs. There, I wouldn't be surprised if there be more moves there. That guys that they're going to move on from, or maybe generate some interest elsewhere. Um, yeah, as far as them trading for like a big time wide receiver, I know Jacoby Myers is requested a trade from the Raiders. I don't know how interested the Jets might be, but obviously that would be something that would pique their interest. I'm there for sure because he's a quality wide receiver. Had over 1,000 yards last year, and would be a good number 2. But also you have to factor in what would that take in order to acquire somebody like him. Like, I'm sure it's going to be the Raiders aren't just going to give them away, so you're going to have to give up something to quality. And again, for a team that depending on how you view them, do you want to give up a lot of draft assets? In a year where you might not you're probably not going to make the playoffs anyway. I don't know if they want to necessarily. So, but you got to make the call and just to see what else is out there potentially.
Glenn defended the wide receiver room today. Do you think they're actually higher on these guys than we are as fans, or is he just trying to say the right thing to back his guys publicly?
The truth is in the middle. Like I think he is confident because if he wasn't confident, they wouldn't be on the team. So I think it's a level of confidence. However, I mean, we all saw it throughout the preseason. I mean, we all saw it, in the preseason game against the Giants. Like I've seen it in training camp. They failed to identify like a number 2 wide receiver I think is going to be a threat on the team because I think a lot of times teams are just gonna, command their attention to Garrett Wilson and then say, you know what, Josh Reynolds, okay, I'll force us to like want to cover you, or we're gonna let you beat us, or Tyler Johnson, or somebody of that nature too. So that's why I think a guy like Mason Taylor comes in really well and could be the second leading receiver on this team. But yeah, I think the truth is in the middle there. I think Glenn is high on these guys, but also he understands that the passing offense hasn't necessarily looked the best at times.
In terms of the new players the Jets have added, this was the first time that we heard from Harrison Phillips. He's going to be wearing the number 97 Jet fan, so he will be wearing the number he wore with the Vikings. What did you make of his first interaction with you guys in the media today? It sounded like he was pretty excited to be a part of this defense.
Well, I asked him, like, what was his initial thoughts about joining the Jets, and he said that pretty much after he got the initial shot, he talked to Kevin O'Connell, who was very high on what the Jets are doing. He basically said that they're in win now mode, and also that Kevin O'Connell believes like they are in the step, and they're going in the right direction, like the arrows pointing up with what the Jets are doing right now. So he believes like it's not a rebuilding situation; it's an opportunity that they can come in and win now. And he's a big believer in Aaron Glenn. And he obviously saw, what the Lions were able to do pretty quickly under Dan Campbell and when Glenn was there. So he's hoping that, the Jets can probably, emulate that a little bit too as well.
To be fair, the arrow really can't be pointed down any further than it's been.
Well, it could. It could. It definitely could. Like it can go from 5 wins to 0 wins. So yeah, it definitely could.
Yeah, I mean, technically you're right, but I mean, yeah, Adam Gase won 2 games. This team is not going to win, less than.
No, they'll win
games.
more than that. They'll definitely win more than that.
100%. All right, we got a super chat
I
here.
have them at 6. I have them at 6 wins. So like 6, 7 wins. I think that's a good, sweet spot for them in year 1 for Aaron Glenn.
Mike Perez checks in with a $10 super chat. Mike, thank you very much. Jacoby, to me, doesn't fit our timeline. We'll have to pay him. I rather a young, has something to prove wide receiver that possibly gets cut. I agree with part of this, but I think,
Yes.
Antwan, the thing to understand this time of year, why is a player being cut, right? Like, you're not just going to find, in all likelihood, a number 2 wide receiver
Correct.
that gets cut. That's why you're talking about potentially trading for someone that could be a more reliable option next to Garrett Wilson.
Why would you just, if it is that good, why would you just give that player for nothing? Like, don't even get anything in return. Like, nah, that wouldn't make sense at all. Yeah, usually if they're released, like they're released for a reason. Usually it's performance, they've been inconsistent or whatever the case may be. Yeah, you're not going to find a quality. I doubt you're going to find a quality wide receiver like this on the open market. But I do agree with him to the extent, like, yeah, the Jets would have to pay him. He is a guy that's approaching 30 years old, and that doesn't necessarily, as you know, fit the youth movement that's been going on with the Jets right now, unfortunately.
If you're watching this live right now, we're talking with Antwan Staley, covers the New York Jets for the New York Daily News. Hit the like button if you're just tuning in. I also want to share that, as promised on the first show, we will be announcing the winners of the Asmaniac raffle number 37 since December 1st. When we get done with Antwan's appearance, we're giving away a signed Namath, signed Mawai, and signed Sack Exchange photo. So stick around for that. And if you don't win, how about a daily raffle prize? A guy named Sauce wants to know how to enter the raffle. Well, it's fitting. I'm giving away a signed Sauce Gardner jersey at the end of the stream. So if you don't win a weekly prize, how about a daily prize? The way to enter the raffle is to gift a membership or send in a $10 super chat or higher. David sent in a $20 super chat, so he joins the raffle for $5. He says the progress that Hendon Hooker displayed in practices this summer didn't carry over to preseason games. His decision-making and pocket instincts were very disappointing. A change of scenery is best for Hooker and the Lions. David is a huge Lions fan that regularly watches this show, so I do trust his opinion on this. I just think they actually maybe really like Brady Cook. Like, I think it's possible that they think there's something there, and they want to either stash him on the practice squad, or could he maybe be the third quarterback if they're concerned about Tyrod's health?
I doubt it. I think you want somebody experienced in that spot. You don't want somebody that's never thrown a pass in the NFL yet. So yeah, I think he's somebody. Yeah, I agree with you to this extent. Like, they might continue to develop him, especially since he's younger. So that might make more sense to put him on the practice squad, and maybe eventually becomes the backup. But
would he make it through the practice squad? Like, Robbie Sabo
Yeah.
really likes Cook. He thinks that someone could claim him if they cut him.
I mean, stranger things have happened, so I wouldn't necessarily rule it out, but I'll have a hard time believing that.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if they carried 3 quarterbacks, because that takes away a roster spot from someone that you might actually want on your 53.
Correct, correct. So yeah, you got a veteran quarterback in Tyrod, assuming he's healthy. Obviously, Justin Fields has played, his meaningful share of football. So I think that's all you need really on the roster.
100%. Hit the like button if you're just tuning in. Antwan Staley with us here. As far as this game against the Steelers now, 13 days to go. What's your feel on how the Jets match up with Pittsburgh? What the energy is going to be like around the team getting a chance to go up against Aaron Rodgers? Your thoughts on the Steelers matchup week 1 with 13 days to go?
Well, I mean, I'm sure it's going to be a light of excitement. It's kind of a weird week where, you're kind of preparing for Pittsburgh, but you're not. It's still kind of in that training camp mode. So, yeah, the players are starting to get excited because they're starting to game plan a little bit there. They hadn't necessarily, I don't think they've installed in the game plan as of yet, but I assume they're going to later on this week. So, yeah, definitely a lot of excitement there. I think the key is obviously, it's going to be the offense. Can the Jets, be able to move the ball down the field, throwing the football? Obviously, Justin Fields has had his issues. He's been uneven in training camp at times, but obviously we know they're going to run the football, but it's going to come down to him. And if the Steelers can be able to, get pressure on him and force him to make mistakes, they know him better than a lot of other teams because they worked with him last year. So they know his strengths, they know his weaknesses, they know what he likes to do well, they know what he doesn't do well. So yeah, I mean it's going to be a fascinating game. And then on the other side with Aaron, like the Jets defense also they played against Aaron Rodgers for 2 years, so they also know a little bit of what he does too. Although they probably don't know everything that Aaron Rodgers knows, but they have a good sense about his tendency. So it's going to be a fascinating matchup for sure.
13 days until the Jets take on the Steelers. Rodgers against Fields. Glenn, first game as the coach. The energy in the building is going to be awesome. I can't wait. Right now at FanDuel, the Jets are currently 3-point home underdogs. So the Jets, a home dog against the Steelers. I look at it like this, Antwan. If the Jets are going to win the game, I think their path to doing it is Rodgers could be a little rusty. He didn't play in the preseason. And the Jet defense needs to just dominate, especially up front. I'm hoping we see a lot of blitzing, a lot of aggressiveness. And I tell Sauce Gardner, hey, go and cover DK Metcalf. Take him out of the game, and let's really challenge Aaron Rodgers with other players he's not that familiar with yet to go and beat you. That to me would be the game plan if I'm Glenn and Wilkes.
Yeah, if you can get a touchdown, some kind of, fumble, interception, any kind of touchdown or something to set up a great field position there. And, you got a really good kicker in Nick Folk too as well, which I thought that was instrumental getting a veteran kicker, especially considering how this offense could struggle at times, especially early on in the year. Yeah, you can win an ugly game. Like I could see this being a, pretty, low scoring game, which I think, benefits the Jets really well, especially because that's how they like it. They like playing in those ugly games, especially how they've been playing the last few years. They're used to that. They're accustomed to it. So yeah, I think that's kind of the game plan. Now you want to run the football, do not make mistakes there. It's really the penalties. They're gonna have to clean up the penalties because even in the preseason, like that continues to be an issue. And the Jets have led the league in penalties the last couple of years. So if they can clean that up and don't make mistakes, they got a shot. I think they got a shot to win this game because I think this is maybe the game that you need to have, especially considering the schedule does not get any tougher any easier after that, I should say.
Boy Green writes in, when will the next wave of cuts be coming, Antwan? Any moment.
Whenever, I guess I'll find out whenever they text us. So, so yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they just waited a little bit to tomorrow as well. So, but I wouldn't be surprised if we heard anything in late going into the night.
Do you think Jamin Davis is a roster gymnastics type move, or did he just not make the team?
Yeah, he just seemed like he just didn't make the team. Like, I mean, he looking at his camp, like, I mean, he really didn't do anything that was too impressive. So, it's not a terrible surprise, although like he's a veteran guy that I thought would just make the roster. But, I guess the Jets want to go a little bit younger in that direction.
It's going to be fascinating to see how many defensive ends and defensive tackles they can keep. We know they added the 2 guys in the trades last week, but is Leonard Taylor on this team? Is Jay Tafili, Aaron Donald, 2.0 in that Packers game? Is he definitely on the team?
They should be. Yeah, I think they both should be. I think both of them should make the team, to be honest with you.
And are the 2 guys that they drafted from Miami on day 3, are they just on scholarship? Like Tyler Barron, especially. I feel like I didn't hear his name once all summer. Is he definitely safe, or could they move on from a draft pick after not even, a season?
I mean, they like Kiko. Kiko, that's the guy they really do like. Barron, yeah, they could go either way. But yeah, Kiko, like they really do like him. They've mentioned him a few times there. and like what he's able to do there, and he has the flexibility to play on special teams. So yeah, he's definitely gonna. I think he's definitely gonna make the team.
What has been your impressions now that we're through training camp? We're starting to talk about week one, of course. What have been your impressions on Aaron Glenn and how this summer has gone overall for us as fans?
Well, I mean, for the fans or just like for the team.
Yeah, like just like if you're covering this team every day, you've been around Glenn now, you've been around a full Glenn training camp. Like, how should the Jet fan be feeling about the new administration in place?
I think they should be optimistic and then just, just go into there. And I've said this on Twitter, although, people kind of, dismiss it or whatever. Go into it kind of feels like 2022 again. It feels like, I think a lot of people think the Jets are going to win a lot of games. I think they will win more games than a lot of people expect them to because, like I said, I think their defense is going to be really good. The offense may struggle a little bit, but I do think they're going to have a little bit of that defensive formula to win the game, win like seven, like I say, 6 or 7 games. But yeah, just being optimistic. I think it's you want to see the culture change there. I know a lot of fans were excited to go to training camp, and then the one thing that kind of really stands out to me, and I think that can kind of be relatable to fans, is how much Aaron Glenn loves the Jets. Like you can just tell that whether you see it, he talks about it in press conferences, whether you see it on the videos, like documentaries that they do. Like he really wanted to be here. Like I'm sure he could have picked any other job, been a candidate for any other job that was available last year, but he wanted this particular job to try to turn this team around. And you just got to give him a little bit of time and patience. But I feel like you can kind of see the players already adapting and following to his league and his culture and his vision and what he visions for this team moving forward.
Antwan Staley is our guest. If you have a question or a comment you wanted to respond to, write it in and we will bring it up on the screen. Calzone says 6 to 7 games, that's wins, would not make me optimistic. It's not that I want them to win 9 and miss the playoffs and drop in the draft, but 6 games would be a letdown. I would hope they could get to 8, Antwan, and I would be able to at least sell myself on they're headed in the right direction. They have not won more than 7 in a decade. The Giants a couple of years ago accidentally went 9-7-1. I feel like 8 wins, if you're properly coached with the talent that's here, is not a crazy ask, but I don't have them at 8 either. So I get why the win total is around 5.5 or 6.5.
Yeah, I do too, because there's a lot of questions, especially on the offensive side of the football, where you got Justin Fields. He's been uneven his entire career. He's kind of like that in training camp. You know, the lack of weapons on the offensive side of the football, especially at the wide receiver position there. I do like the offensive line. I think that's one thing that you can draw your hat on that, you're going to be able to run the football there. I think you have a good quality, best offensive line the Jets have had in some time, for sure. And, it's going to be up to see what we can get out of those running backs and Brees Hall and also Braylon Allen. So yeah, I get why it's 5.5 too, but I just slightly have them winning a little bit more, just simply because, like I said, you got 8 starters returning on a defense that was really good last year. Although they kind of went under when Robert Saleh was fired, but it still has the talent there to be one of the elite defenses in the league.
When you look at this defense, are we going to get, the Sauce Gardner of his first 2 years this year? Are we going to get, the best version we've seen from Quinnen Williams and Quincy Williams, who are first team all pros not that long ago? Are we going to get, a positive regression, if you will, to some of the Jets' best defensive players that had down years for their standards a year ago?
Yeah, everything was just a perfect storm last year. Like everything was just, it was just a big snowball effect, basically, from the moment you fired Robert Saleh. So, yeah, but I think, with Sauce, like they definitely want to use him in different ways there. He's becoming more of wants to be more of a tackler there. That was an issue there last year in particular. Yeah, I think Sauce is always going to be a guy that generates, some penalties because he's a grabby guy. Like that's just in his nature. But yeah, you don't want to see the amount of penalties that he had last year. And, I also think it was an emphasis that to draw more calls on him because he is a, handsy type of, cornerback there. But yeah, I think you're going to see him travel a little bit more. So I think that's going to be a really good positive. As far as Quincy, yeah, he got to cut down on the missed tackles. Like I think he led the Jets in missed tackles last year. So I think sometimes he just tries to over pursue, and because he's so fast, that he just kind of misses the play from time to time. But yeah, this is a big year for him. He understands this is a contract year, so he's trying to get paid. So yeah, he understands how big of a year this is for him too, especially him trying to get paid. So I think he'll have a better product all around for both of those guys.
What are the expectations for Jermaine Johnson coming off the Achilles?
He'll say that he wants to be. He thinks he's get better than ever. He called himself Ferrari. So, but obviously, I think the Jets want to take it a little bit slow with him. Like a lot of times these guys coming off Achilles injury, it can take them some time to kind of reacclimate it to, and take into account that he missed all the time in training camp, and he really didn't. He didn't play in the preseason at all. So you have to know it's going to be a little bit of some time there. I don't know if they'll play him, start him, 50, 60 plays a game. But, I think they'll have him definitely in spot duty, especially on third downs. And, I think he can get 7.5 sacks, kind of what he did back in 23. So you get that and add that up with Will McDonald, who I think could have a really big year. You could have a really good, defensive line room now, especially adding Harrison Phillips, who is a really good run stopping in an area that the Jets have been longing to correct for a few years now.
I think if they're just average against the run, their defense is
Yes,
good enough
that would
to
be
be
better.
like, I think if they're a top 10 unit, they could be league average against the run.
Yeah, I mean they were almost that last year. Although like I think they were like 17 or 18, so it's a little bit below average. But yeah, if you can be 14 to 15, then you'll accept that. But yeah, they at least got to get average because the last 2 years they've been below average. In particular, 2 years ago, where I thought they were one of the worst run defenses in football.
How about this offense? We talked about Fields. I think there's a lot of pressure on Tanner Engstrand to scheme up an offense that can run the ball well and basically minimize the spots where Justin Fields is dropping back and having to be a pure pocket quarterback, because I don't think that's his game. What are your expectations for this Jets offense?
They probably struggle a little bit early on in the passing game there because they want to lean on running the football there. Aaron Glenn kind of talked about, what the Eagles were able to do last year when, they were one of the worst passing teams, but yet, they ran the football effectively and that carried them to that Super Bowl title. So, I think they want to lean heavily on that strength because of Justin Fields' legs. I mean, he is one of the few quarterbacks that's rushed over 1,000 yards in the season. So I don't expect him to do that, but I do expect them to probably have 800 yards rushing in addition to what you get from Brees Hall and also Braylon Allen also have a, pretty good combination there, kind of like, Montgomery and Gibbs too. And I think having a guy like Braylon Allen allows Brees Hall to take that Jameer Gibbs type of role where, you can line him up at wide receiver there. But yeah, I think the passing game is really going to struggle at times because it seems like Justin Fields is not actively trying to throw the ball down the field at times, although they say that if there's an opportunity there, they will. But, I think that was one of the biggest concerns, especially you saw in training camp as time went on as well.
What is the running back split going to look like, in your opinion, with Brees, Braylon, and then you have Isaiah Davis, who I thought at times this summer has looked really good.
He's going to get in there too. Like, I think you're going to have a three-way, he might not get as many carries. He may get like, 5 or 6 a game there. Brees, like I said, you can line him in a lot of different ways. Like you just have to put him in the backfield. So I think it's probably gonna be somewhere like 55, 30 and 15. I guess that would be a good way to kind of put that there between all three of them. But yeah, I think it'd be mostly Brees there, but you'll definitely see Braylon Allen in spots, especially short yardage situations.
Breaking sports news on the Jake Asman Show.
Breaking news: Sauce Gardner will appear on Hot Ones to preview the upcoming season this Thursday. Sauce Gardner versus the Wings of Death. I don't know if you've seen the show Hot Ones.
Yes.
But yeah, that is going to be
I mean, I'm a Wayne connoisseur, so yeah, I love this show. I would definitely be checking that out.
Could you put down more Wings of Death than Sauce Gardner could, Antwan?
Uh, I don't know how many he can put down, so I think I can do about 10, but I don't know how many he can do, but yeah, about 10 for me.
Well, I'll tell you what, Sauce Gardner going on this show. Is there a better brand opportunity for an athlete and a show?
Right, right. I mean, he already has his Buffalo Wild Wings sauce too, so yeah, it's definitely. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing this and then talking to him about this as well.
Good luck, Sauce. So that Buffalo Wild Wings was nice enough to send me a bunch of Sauce's sauce when it first came out a couple years ago.
It actually was pretty good.
Yeah, I told Sauce that when I saw my training camp last year. It actually was not all that bad. So good luck to Sauce, and hopefully, in a very jet-like thing, he doesn't get hurt eating these ferociously hot wings.
No, not at all. Like, so I'm curious to see how many he does eat though. Like, yeah, because I'm guessing he probably eats like 2 or 3, and it's like, yeah, I'm done.
Got to tap out. Yep,
Yeah.
100%. Antwan, you're the man. I appreciate your time as always. I'm sure I'll see you coming up and maybe a live event, maybe a game or something, but always appreciate you coming on. It was good to catch up on Saturday.
Oh yeah, no doubt, man. Take it easy, Jake.
ladies and gentlemen, Antwan Staley from the New York Daily News with us there. Ladies and gentlemen, we have our Asmaniac raffle coming up. I'm giving away 3 awesome prizes. I'm going to give away a photo signed by Joe Klecko and Marty Lyons of the New York Sack Exchange. I'm going to give away a signed Kevin Mawai jersey and a signed Broadway Joe Namath jersey. But I know not all of you can win. So maybe you'll want to enter to win a signed Sauce Gardner jersey. Speak of the devil. This jersey's yours if you gift the membership to enter and we call your name at the end of the stream. And shout out to Coach James Rodriguez, a 10 spot of channel memberships. Hey now.
It's the Asmaniac membership raffle. For every membership gifted, you receive 1 ticket entered in the raffle to win epic prizes.
James, thank you very much. If you hear your name called, James, our guy, Coach James, published author, made you a channel member. Roseanne, Freddie McKnight, Bronx Pharaohs Queen, Jet Up Buttercut, Aaron Horn, Phil M, WD, Garrett, Philip Hannon, all receiving a channel membership. On that note, here's what we're going to do. We're going to spin the wheel, baby. We're going to find out who's going to win our 3 weekly raffle prizes. But first, a message from Fireman Ed.
Hey, Fireman Ed here. Join me on a trip to Bermuda, baby. Royal Caribbean's Independence of the Seas, May 30th to June 4th, 2026. Join the New York football legends Marty Lyons, Bilal Powell, Leon Washington, Sean Ellis, Kevin Mawai, Chris Ivory, and Jericho Cotchery, and all the podcasters. We are going to have the time of our lives. Q&As, meet and greets. It's going to be a spectacular cruise. Come join Fireman Ed on the cruise of a lifetime. Go to cruisewithlegends.com and book your trip today. Let's go.
Yeah. I'll see you there, Ed. Cruisewithlegends.com. If you book before week 1, that's 13 days from now, you save $500. So that's the deal that the travel company is currently offering. I mean, come on now. Kevin Mawai, Chris Ivory, Marty Lyons, Bilal, Leon Cotchery, Sean Ellis, all the best Jets of the last 25 years, plus Marty Lyons. You kidding me? And we're working on some other names, too. You got me, you got Ryan, Greenbean, O'Leary, Richie, Ed. It's going to be a blast. So let's go, man. Let's go. See you guys on, to quote Fireman Ed, the cruise of a lifetime. Cruisewithlegends.com. On that note, let's give away 3 signed Jets items. Ladies and gentlemen, it's raffle time.
It's time to announce the winners of the weekly Asmaniac raffle. Let's spin the Jake Asman Show Wheel of Champions and find out which Asmaniac is winning an epic prize.
Oh, yeah. We got 3 epic prizes. Hey, where'd all my entries go? The heck? Hold on. The wheel was ready, and now it's not. Don't worry. It will be. I thought I copy and pasted the names. Guess I forgot to do it when I got off radio. Stand by. I got them all here. This is raffle 37. We've been doing these since December 1st, and because the audience keeps supporting, it's turned into daily raffles on every show almost, which is just insane. So that's a testament to the Asmaniac community for coming through time in, time out. On that note, the names are being copy and pasted. Now let's put them up on the screen. You guys will see. We will shuffle the wheel of champion names. And now we're going to spin it 3 times. Our first prize is the grand prize. A signed jersey by Broadway Joe Namath. If you win, you have to email me your name and address so I know where to mail the jersey to. AsmanJake@gmail.com. If you don't email me, I don't know where I'm sending it. Simple as that. Here we go. Prize number 1, the Namath jersey, goes to listener Cheese Man. Cheese Man. Congratulations. A man of cheese has won our first prize. Cheese Man, congrats. You are our first winner. We still have 2 more winners. 2 more winners. You ready? You can only win once per raffle. There's still 570 tickets out there. Ladies and gentlemen, prize 2 features a signed jersey by Jets legend, Pro Football Hall of Famer, Kevin Mawai, who will be joining us on our cruise, oh, by the way. The winner of the Mawai jersey is NYC2SRQ. How about NYC? He won a Wayne Corbett mini helmet in last week's raffle. Now he's winning a Kevin Mawai signed jersey. He's winning all the 98 Jets. Shout out to you, NYC. Appreciate your long-standing support of the show. We got one prize left in our weekly raffle. This is a photo signed by Joe Klecko and Marty Lyons of the legendary New York Sack Exchange. The winner is Omari. I believe Omari has won as well. So that is awesome. Good for him. And congrats again to our three winners. Cheeseman, NYC to SRQ, and Omari on winning our top prizes. If you didn't win, that's okay. We spin the wheel one last time at the end of the show. Your chance to win a signed Sauce Gardner jersey. Gift away for your chance to win. Spencer Green is in the raffle for two. Big Cho versus Beast with a lady on the line. Who wins? I'm taking Big Cho because we know Big Cho considers himself a coxman. Hungry Hippo says, what do you like on your hot dog? Ketchup and mustard. Ladies and gentlemen, before we get to your calls, I want to announce what we're playing for in this week's Asmaniac raffle. Next week on the show, we have two prizes so far that we will raffle away. You ready? I spent a fortune on these. Signed Justin Fields jersey, prize 1. Prize 2, signed New York Sack Exchange jersey. Includes certificates of authentication. Each member of the Sack Exchange signed on the back of a jersey that says Sack Exchange on the back. So that's what we're playing for. If you don't win a daily prize this week, you're automatically entered in our weekly raffle. Hit the Jet Chant. We got two sick prizes as the Jet season is just 13 days away. On that note, let's open up the phone line, shall we? Comments, questions, super chats, they cut the line. First up today is a higher power. Jets Jesus, start us off. Hello, Jets Jesus.
Hey, Jake. Oh, am I upside down? Okay, there we go.
You're good.
Sweet. Man, I heard that Brandon Smith was not at practice today, and that bums me out. I hope that is inaccurate, but that is what I heard on another show. So thus less trust. But and it was not Buffalo Jets fan. So we'll see. But that definitely bums me out.
Well, it doesn't mean that he's not on the team, though. Just because someone wasn't at practice today, like Sauce wasn't at practice today either, for example, you know?
Okay, cool. That elevates my hopes a little bit because, yeah, when I heard that, I was like, oh, man, like, I think this dude should make the team. The one thing I will say is listening to Coach Glenn's presser about the unhealthy guy, the healthy/unhealthy guys. He needed to be prompted about Lazard, and he kind of was like, yeah, he'll be healthy too, whatever. So I definitely hold out some hope in that he was not in his original, like in the coach's original list of these guys are healthy, they're going to be ready to go for the season. And he kind of was like pretty blasé about talking about it. So I don't know. I mean, I'm just holding out optimism that we don't have to see Lazard on this team again.
I think he's on the team. I think they value his blocking. Glenn raved about him being like a big slot contested. It's just, I think they like him. He took a huge pay cut. I think he's on this team. I do. I don't think he should, and I also don't want to release him yet. But now that we know he's not going to be on short-term IR, we're kind of stuck with Allen Lazard for at least the beginning of the season.
Yeah, it does. It does seem inevitable. But yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it as a win if we get Pritchett over Gibson. I know I've been like Pritchett's my guy, so he's the number one. But man, Brandon Smith has definitely won me over as well with all his catches. He's been exciting in the preseason, as excited as one gets in the preseason, which I'll admit I don't get too crazy about the preseason. But yeah, and it's definitely interested to see what happens with Jamin Davis if they actually like what's the guy's name, like Marcel Ball or whatever his name is, if they actually end up choosing somebody younger over bringing him back after some roster shakeup stuff, as I know we'll see. And yeah, just curious to see how it goes. But wanted to call in. I know I've been quiet for a few days. Just wanted to say what's up. And yeah, those are my takes on some things and what I'm hoping for and all that good stuff. Good to talk to you, Jake.
Love it. Jet Jesus, great call. Good job calling in. Remember, folks, the Asmaniac Power Rankings for the month of August. A couple days left. Make your calls matter with a few days to go until we get to September. Jimmy in the raffle for one. Hit it. Jetstream in the raffle for one. Hit it. Everardo says raffle Jets tickets. Well, Everardo, it's like you read my mind. Now, I will say we did raffle away 2 tickets in section 129, the Asmaniac section for Jets Panthers at our watch party last Saturday. So be on the lookout for more potential ticket opportunities. And I'll throw this out there too in advance. Hopefully there's less of these this year than the last couple. But if anyone has extra tickets they can't use, and instead of selling them, you want to actually donate it to a listener of mine, or maybe could take their kid, could take someone who's never been to a game, please let me know. I think over the last 4 years I've been doing the show, I probably have distributed over 500 tickets to Jet fans, if you count training camp and regular season games. So thanks to everyone who's donated over the years. And I'll do that again throughout the regular season. Usually we get to like November, and it's pretty easy to have people saying, hey, I have tickets, but you'd be surprised. People still want to use them. Maybe they can't afford to go to a game. They could take their kid. And, you know, when you're 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, you don't care what the Jet record is that year. You're just going to your first football game, having a blast. So if anyone has extra tickets and you can't use them, let me know. But I'm hoping there's less this year, because that means the Jets are good and people are using their tickets. Right? I don't think anyone's donating week 1 tickets because people are going to be going to the game and being loud, hopefully, and hoping the Jets win. That's a big one coming up. Let's see. Boy Green says, any chance the Jets get involved in the Jacoby Myers sweepstakes? I don't think they're going to, Paul. I'd be surprised. Right? It doesn't seem like they want to give up significant capital and then pay a number 2 receiver. I'd be interested, though. I think he's a good player. He's only 29. What does it cost to get him? I mean, I think he just wants to be paid. I don't think it's about like he's going to demand the ball a bunch. We'll see. More of your calls right now. Up next on the Gusbuster Umbrella Hotline is a guy who I believe has a chance to crack the top 10 in our power rankings this month.
What are you guys' opinion on me doing a backflip through this orange wall? Guys, how you guys doing?
Mad Max, how are you?
I'm good. So here are my takes. So number 1, I saw the Jacoby Myers on the trade market. I mean, he could be a good potential option. We definitely need a wide receiver too. You know, I heard he's trying to get more money from the Raiders. I understand why Jets fans don't want him. You know, you want to pay him like you have to pay him like maybe like $29-30 million a year. But I think Jacoby Myers can be a good wide receiver too in this offense. And then we desperately need a wide receiver too. You know, Amari Cooper is still on the market. I think we should if we can't get Jacoby Myers, we got to get Amari Cooper off the market. That's just my thoughts. What do you think of that?
Amari Cooper intrigues me, but the fact that no one has signed him, I wonder if teams just think he's just done. Like he's like Mike Williams.
I understand that. You know, with the Browns, you know, he had a really bad quarterback situation with Deshaun Watson. He's one of the worst quarterbacks in the National Football League. And then with Josh Allen, you know, he was only on the Bills for like 8 games. So it's weird that they haven't signed him. You know, I feel like we should get him. Like he's a good number 2 receiver. He was good with the Cowboys before like he had bad quarterback play.
Yeah, but he's old. It's not he had bad quarterback play and he's still produced despite that, like Garrett has, but he's old now. He just might be done.
I get that, you know.
I'd bring him in. I have no issue bringing him in. I don't have a lot of confidence in the receiver room, so I'd be fine with you know, trying to add him. I just don't think they're going to.
Okay, sounds good. And then my second topic is the week 1 prediction. So I think it's going to be a tight game. You know, we're going to try to get Aaron Rodgers with the blitz. You know, hopefully the Jets defense plays good against Rodgers. You know, we can sack him a couple times. You know, hopefully it's going to be a tight game. You know, my prediction is going to be like a 19-16 game. You know, we're going to win in the end. The Jets are going to win 19-16.
19-16?
Yeah, or 20-17. The Jets going to win 20-17. It's going to be like a tight game at the end.
Now, what's the score going to be at the end of the first quarter?
I think it's going to be Jets 7 and then the Steelers 7. So it's going to be tied up at halftime.
Okay, what's the score at halftime?
7, Jets 7, Steelers 7, and then the Jets score 13 more points, and then the Steelers are going to score 10 more points.
So what's the score at the end of the third quarter?
I'm gonna say I'd say 14-14, and then we get the touchdown at the end of the game in the fourth quarter, and then the Steelers get a field goal.
So what's the score going into the fourth quarter?
17-14, and then I'd say 17-17, and then we're gonna kick the game-winning field goal from Nick Folk. That'd be a good story.
Now, what's the score at like the 5:47 mark of the fourth quarter?
Still 17-17.
Okay. What about at the 2:01 mark?
2017, and then the Jets defense is going to stop Aaron Rodgers.
Now, what happens on the last play that they stop Rodgers on?
Quentin Williams is going to get the sack.
Okay. And then what is the first thing that Aaron Glenn tells the team post-game?
How about them Jets? And then they'll put the Renegade song on to mock the Steelers, because you know the Steelers use the Renegade song, and we put that, and then we put that song on to mock the Steelers. You know.
Gotcha. And what does your father, Adam Gase, think of the Jets this year?
Oh man, I think the Jets going to win 7-8 games.
Mad Max, you're one of the greats. Great call.
Sounds good.
Ladies and gentlemen, the great Mad Max.
What do you guys' opinion on me doing a backflip through this orange wall?
Max, thank you. Shameless plug. Join the Patreon, people. Patreon.com/Jake Asman Show. Get your name in the intro. A couple days left in August if you want to be a part of it. Chris B says Mad Max is phenomenal. Rockness Monster. Max seeing the future. Nate says, I'm betting everything Max is saying if I can. Max has seen the future. Black Gypsy checking in. He gives the membership. He's in the raffle for one. Bang! Bang! If you missed it, we did announce our 3 weekly raffle winners. Congratulations to Cheeseman, NYC, 2SRQ, and Omari on winning the prizes. This week, we're giving away a Justin Fields signed jersey and a signed jersey by each member of the New York Sack Exchange. Omar Ochoa gifted a membership as well. Bang! Bang! Reminder for those of you tuning in late, signed sauce jerseys are daily prize at the end of the stream. All right, I want to get to more of your calls, but this comment here needs to be addressed from the Ghost, who says, we're deep at receiver on number 2 will emerge. You don't actually believe that, do you? You can't tell me the Jets are deep at receiver. No, they're not. How are they deep? They got a bunch of maybe wide receiver 4 and 5s. They don't have a 2. I'm not convinced they even have a 3. They're not deep at receiver. They're not deep at receiver at all. There's more questions about that unit than probably any unit on the team. Maybe safety, there's more questions. JD Surf City. Jake, for how long does the 2 IR spots extend the 53-man roster? Well, you can only be on short-term IR for 4 weeks. A minimum of 4 weeks. I think there's a limit of 2 that you could put on at the beginning of the year, right? So keep that in mind. Spencer Green says, first day of my last year of law school, Beast Breaker shirt on, ready to roll, baby. Could you imagine showing up to law school wearing a Beast Breaker t-shirt and having to explain what exactly that is? Could you imagine? I couldn't. Oh. But hell yeah. Shout out to you, Spencer. By the way, Robbie Sabo just texted me. I guess he's watching the show. Xavier Gibson was at practice today, and he was obviously out there. So, is Gibson making this team? I mean, it kind of sounds like the Jets like him. Is he going to make it over Pritchard? Should he? I don't think so personally, but what do I know? Let's see. Trey Hendrickson, by the way, redid his deal with the Bengals, so that holdout's over. So Micah Parsons is the only big holdout left. Oh, someone asked about Amari Cooper. Breaking news from Ian Rappaport. Amari Cooper signing with the Raiders on a 1-year deal. So this is it. 1-year deal. I wonder how much money he got. But there goes the Amari Cooper conversation. I would have signed him. I said it. I just don't know if the Jets ever seriously considered it at all. Hungry Hippo 666 earlier asked me, what do you like on your hot dog? And Beastbreaker noticed that that's him in his picture. So Beast wrote in, hey, a-hole, stop using my pick, you effing loser. So let's give Beast an opportunity to respond to someone using his identity. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time.
I just had a stuffed pork chop with some Heinz 57 on it. And it's a spot. Woo! How you feeling there, old man? How you feeling there, big fella?
What have you done today, Beast? You just sitting around eating?
Oh, no. I actually went to good old shopping save, a Polish store that I stopped at. Picked up a few things for Labor Day weekend because that's 1 week away. And I already got some goodies lined up. Some boigas, some Polish, some bratwurst, and some hot dogs. And don't forget, good old-fashioned ribeye steaks.
Ribeye steaks on Labor Day?
Hell yeah!
Nice.
Yeah. And don't forget, good old-fashioned. But you know what's going to go good with that chicken?
Now, let me ask you this, Beast. Great question in the chat here from Ralphie. Was this dinner for you or this is a snack? Because we know you're in the central time zone.
I'm not going any further. Get too old. Can't do it like I used to. I'm not 25 anymore, little fella.
So was that dinner for you then?
Yep, that's it. That's it for me today. Enough said.
Hey, Dana wants to know where the wand is that big fella got you.
Who cares? Amani Cooper signed with the Raiders. Wow, that's a big hit.
Pally Jet says you're the man, Beast.
Now what do we do? Now what do you do now?
J-Quest says heartburn, Beast.
I don't care. I'm here to talk football here. Now what do you do? Now the question is, what do you do now? Well, gonna have to just.
Black Gypsy writes, in Beastbreaker's diet consists of cholesterol and more cholesterol mixed in with some sugar, extra salt, and a heart attack.
I'm trying to make a point here that Amani Cooper now with the Raiders. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Now what do we do? I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. Maybe in the coming weeks, maybe in the next 6 to 8 weeks when they have the training.
Did you eat pork in the morning?
I am trying to put football out. Morons, pay attention and wait and get your ears open. Amani Cooper with the Raiders. That's a good start. But now where do we go from here?
Hey, Beast, Sean's sponsoring the segment. He says it's brought to you by Ozempic.
What?
Can you read the sponsor?
I don't give a shit about that right now. I'm trying to put points there.
Hey, repeat after me. The Beastbreaker segment is brought to you by Ozempic.
How about giving the microphone? I'll show you this. It's called, how about I just paint a bullseye on your ASS and kick you around a few times? Now, Amani Cooper's been signed. Where do you boys go? I don't know. What? Maybe we'll have to just go out to the market and find some talent. Not that hard to do. It's easy as taking a shit in the morning. You get up, you go to work, 3 good meals, 1 good shit, back to sleep, back to square one. Now it's time to get back on our feet. And I say this right now with prediction: 28-17, Steelers choke. And Bills.
Hey, Black Gypsy says he loves you.
You better watch yourself, bud.
He says he loves you.
I understand that, but dude, and I don't. My tree don't swing that way, big fella. I'm a little.
Spencer Green says Amari Beast, not Amani.
So what? Can you at least accept the fact that sometimes we can't get what we want in life, but you got to get what you need? Did you ever hear that?
Rich writes in, is there gabagool in the house right now, Beast?
Can't afford it right now. Gotta wait. You gotta wait, like everybody else. Take a ticket and wait.
Hey, Mr. Bonesy says he loves you.
Just leave a message on my answering machine. Beep. Now,
Barbarossa says, I love you, Beast.
Amani Cooper will not. I know we're not going to play the Raiders this year, but
JD wants to know where your stack of pink slips is.
My pink slips are in an office store somewhere. But let me finish here. We're going to play the Bills, but I think we're going to have to play tough on them because they're going to come at us. Son of a bitch. I am trying to get the point out. Tampa will not be a threat either. Miami will not threaten us because they're weak. They're not going to go anywhere this season. They're going to be crushed, and they will be smoked, and they will be taken out back and barbecued real easy. And I'll tell you right here, the Ravens will give us a test. The Bills will give us a test. Some of the other teams, I'm not too sure. Denver, not a chance because they're, last year we took an ass whooping. Jaguars won't threaten us either. But I know one thing: we're gonna go to playoffs this year. But we'll see what happens when we. It's a small building process. It's like baby steps. Once you pass one baby step, then you got to go to the next. Then you got to go to the next. Then you have to work on your timing and your conditioning. But in order for the Jets to win, you got to keep going with the system.
Rejected. Sorry.
I'm trying to make points loud and clear that we're going to be a great team this year. If we get 13-4, that's great. But are we going to sit and moan? No. We're going to get up. We're going to fight. We're going to beat some of these teams up. And if we get bloody noses, so what? It's blood. So what? Make believe it's theirs. These teams want to break us, humiliate us, stomp us into the ground. And what are they going to do about it? Nothing. Get used to it. We're going to fight back. And you know why we're going to fight? Because we're the Jets. We're not going to bend out. We're not going to bend over to these teams anymore. So playtime's over. Either shape up or ship out. Make your pick. The choice is yours. Have a nice day. I said have a nice day. Have a good day. I'll see you later.
Bim boom boom bim boom bim boom 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 ba bim boom ba bim boom ba bim boom boom bim boom bim boom 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 ba.
Have a nice day.
Thank you, Beast. Some salient points were made. Matt P, you're in the signed Sauce Gardner jersey raffle for 5.
J-O-B, job.
Your reward is Bobby Midnight up next on the show. Hey, Bob.
Hello, Jake. Congratulations. You're doing the whole week of for Michael K.
I am in for K this whole week, Bob.
He must be on vacation, right?
He is.
No, that's good for you. Congratulations. I'm
Are you
proud
going to
of
listen to my show with Mike Tannenbaum on Sundays this year?
Oh, yes. Yeah, I'll call in. Yep, I will call in. That's on ESPN. At what time you said?
8 to 12.
Oh, 8 to 12. That's a good time. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Mike actually texted me. He's like, can that Bobby guy call into our show? I go, every week.
Yeah, every week we could do that. That's good. I like calling shows. I used to call it. I told you, remember when I said, Gabe Morency? I used to call him his shows too all the time.
What else is new, Bob? You haven't called the show in a bunch of days.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Michael called this morning. I heard.
He did. We had some tech issues with him.
Oh, you had tech issues with him? Okay,
well, we figured it out, but the initial foray was tough.
Yeah, but he was talking pretty good for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I was calling Missy today to see if they have the job for me yet. She had to go to a business meeting today, so I have to call tomorrow. So that's the first thing I do tomorrow. Then I did, let's see, where was it? The line cook at 99 again. It came up, they need help again. So I left a message with them. So still looking for a job.
At least you're trying, unlike other people in Mount Unemployment.
Oh, he was on my show yesterday. I know who you're talking about. But he did sign that thing that friendlies. He did friendlies when he told me yesterday.
Oh, he applied for one thing. Oh.
I know, yeah, but it's hard sometimes. But yeah, no, I think maybe Missy could get a job there because the kids have to go back to college. And then up here, the kids at the regular schools go up this week, go back to school this week.
So you could take their jobs.
No, I mean, the high school kids.
Yeah, all the kids that are in college or high school in your area that go back to school, you can take their jobs.
Yeah, that's what Missy told me, yeah.
All right, so, and Missy works where again? Because no one knows who Missy is.
Oh, I'm sorry. Works Cafe. Remember? I went on a Saturday to interview with her.
It's just called the cafe, this place?
No, Works Cafe.
Works Cafe. Got it.
Yeah,
Got it.
yeah. It's like you could get bagels there. You could get sandwiches there.
And would you be selling the food, making the food, running the
making
cashier?
the food, and yep, I got a train on the cashier, she said too.
Making
So
the
they
food.
could-
I don't want you touching my bagels.
Hey, I'm good at cooking. At the college, they love my cooking. So.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Did you wear gloves?
Yep, we had to wear gloves at the place, of course. Yep.
Okay.
And then, didn't I tell you the story about the basketball player?
I'm sure you did. You've told me many stories over the years we've been doing this.
Well, every morning he would come in to ask for a big cheese omelet. So I made him a big cheese omelet.
Okay.
And at lunchtime, he used to get 5 grilled cheese sandwiches a day. And he was skinny as a thin post, but he loved my cooking. So that was my first job. I started as a dishwasher and worked up. I worked there 8 years.
8 years? Wow.
Yeah. And then the new company said, Bobby, we're going to put you down to a new job. I said, oh, Mr. Morrow, no, you're not.
Hey, a Hungry Hippo wrote in, I like a bagel with cream cheese and random bobby hair. The mystery of what body part it came from would be a thrill.
Oh, Hungry Hippo, I love your comment. That was awesome comment. I love your comment. Thank you for your comment. I appreciate it.
Robert writes in, is this the guy that lost the weight and scammed everyone or a different guy?
Oh, shut up, Robert.
Jaden says, I wish I could talk to Bobby.
Jaden, you didn't call in my show last night. You were in the chat.
George doesn't believe that you could work in a kitchen because he thinks you're too slow.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah, George. Shut up.
I worked in Keene State College. I worked at Landmark College. I worked in plenty of colleges.
Addison says, thanks for calling me back, Bobby. You're a really nice guy.
Hey, I was outside all day. I was walking, then I was talking to the guys next door. They're building this big, I don't know how, like 2 stories high building next door to us, right?
Eli says, just in time for the good part of the show. A lot of pressure on you, Bob. Eli's just tuning in now for the first time.
I like Eli. Eli's a nice guy. Yes, I like Eli very much. Yeah, Addison, I was outside. I'm sorry.
Jay Quest says the camera adds a couple 100 pounds.
Oh, okay. What about you, Jay Quest?
Jay Quest lost a ton of weight. Have you seen what he looks like?
Well, I lost weight too. So
he's very skinny.
Well, congratulations, Jay Quest. I didn't ever see you for a long time, so I don't know what you look like. So
he lost a lot of weight.
So I think they should pick up Myers, the Jets. Do you think so?
Jacoby Myers?
Yeah, Jacoby Myers. You think?
What are you trading to get him?
You have to trade to get him?
He's not a free agent. He's under contract with the Raiders.
Oh, okay. Well, let's see. Oh, Gibson for him. How's that?
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
You definitely have lost weight from that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. I was tons of fun back then.
Spencer Green says, ask Bobby what tips he has for me going into my final year of law school.
Well, keep on driving. I'm happy you're doing good in law school. I hope you do good this year and then keep on going. Very good.
George wants to know, does Bobby get a job first or do the Jets make the playoffs?
I'll probably get a George. He comes. I know this guy, George Featherstone. He comes in my chat. Yeah, I'll get a job first, George Featherstone. Okay.
You think you'll get a job before the Jets make the playoffs?
Yes, definitely. No, I think the Jets will make the playoffs this year. I agree with Beast.
Really?
Yeah.
I hope you guys are right.
I think Boone should get fired, though.
Well, that's a different topic.
Yeah, Boone stinks. And I want Pritchard, like you said.
When was the last time you took a shower?
I don't know. Thursday evening.
And you haven't showered since Thursday?
Yeah, he stinks.
You probably reek.
Oh,
Oh, he stinks.
yeah.
Oh, you gotta be disgusting. Take a shower, Bob. Good call. Good to have you back on the program. Hit the like button. Reminder, if you're just tuning in, Eli, I know you love raffles. Signed sauce jersey is the giveaway at the end of the show. If you don't win, next week's top prizes in the weekly raffle. Raffle 38. Signed jersey by each member of the New York Sack Exchange and a signed jersey by QB1 Justin Fields. On that note, we're going to get back to your outstanding calls right now, shall we? Philly Noodles, you're next. Hello, Philly.
What up? What's going on?
What's up, Philly?
Not much. Wait, so are we saying that Bobby hasn't showered again? Every time it comes on, like lately, it's like no showers.
He looked a little smelly. I don't know. That was the vibe I was getting.
I love Bobby, but he can almost always look a little smelly. I mean, that's when it comes to territory. But
I got Bobby going like this, flailing his arms. Last
he's
time,
a great guy.
Wait, what did he ask me the last time? He was flailing his arms. It was like the dumbest. Oh, it was
get him on. Robbie Sabo. He lost his mind.
No. There was a moment where he was flailing his arms. It was like last week on the show. He had like a question if Malachi Corley was still a rookie. I'm like, no, he's in his second year. So I don't know, Bob. This is like the boy he cried wolf. If I go back to you as you're flailing your arms here, and this is not a good take, we're gonna have some issues here. So I'm putting a lot of faith in you, ladies and gentlemen.
Rip me apart.
Back to Bobby Midnight we go. It's time.
Well, you know I love to talk and hate to type. Jake, when is your next show? Alan is a cartoon character. Bobby.
Now put Philly Noodles on with me. I took a shower today. I forgot to shave. That's all.
Oh, that's what. Yeah, I mean, look at me, dude. I forgot to shave for the past 2 months.
I changed my shirt today. I was wearing a blue shirt yesterday.
That shirt is a U-neck.
No, I pulled it apart.
You got to get some shirts that fit.
This does not fit. This is huge on me now. It used to be so tight on me.
Yeah, it's a U-neck.
I'll show you. Wait a minute. Wait, you didn't see anything yet.
Oh boy, big reveal.
I know you haven't seen this. Is like I'll stand in the back so you can see. It's so big on me. It looks like I'm wearing a nightgown.
Oh shit.
Also, Matt P makes a good point. Just because you changed your clothes, it doesn't mean that you showered.
I did shower this morning, idiot. So shut up. Okay, do you see how big this is on me now?
It looks like a dress.
I know. I tell you, this used to be so tight on me. Then I started losing the weight, and this got so big on me.
Why don't you purchase a couple of cheap shirts off Amazon that are your size?
Yeah, I gotta do. I could go Walmart. Walmart has good shirts.
Actually, Bobby, we could just get you a jersey and see if we can get you on the practice squad. We need a big body to fill in as a D tackle.
I'm not gonna play football at my age. No way. So Philly Noodles proved. I told you I took a shower. So
there you go.
Thanks for talking about me after I was so nice to you and your son the other day. Now you're picking on me.
I said I loved you, dude. I just said, look, I have an appearance.
You look like you took a shower today.
Look at me, dude. Someone can say the same about me, bro.
I don't like beards. I want to shave it. Is your son there today?
No, he's not, dude. He's back in Florida.
Oh, tell him I said hello the next time.
I will.
Mr.
Midnight said what's up.
Yeah, he likes me. I like him too. He's a good kid. I talked to him a long time.
That's foul right there. You see that, Bobby? I ain't like that. I'll tell you to your face. You see, look what that guy said. Put a damn bra on.
Well, I don't have any more tits, you idiot. So kiss my ass, Sluggo.
There you go.
I know who Sluggo is. He's the old man. Sluggo is the old man. I know who that is.
They said you borrowed a B shirt, bro.
No. I had this from last year. It was so tight, and then when I lost the weight, like a dress on me.
Oh, wait, here we go. There's B. He ain't having none of that.
No, Beast, that's not your shirt. That's not your shirt, Beast. Don't listen to the idiot.
Actually, to wear his shirt, you have to be a people of the real Japan. Remember that. Beast, let them know.
Yeah, I know,
people
but
of the real Japan.
Hey, the real people of Japan have common courtesy and common respect. What do you when you watch these wrestling shows in Japan, the people sit down and they enjoy it. They're not like over here where there's a bunch of rowdies.
There you go.
So how you been, Bobby?
Good. I took a shower today after
I
Philly
see
News
that.
said they didn't.
Don't hold that against me forever.
I know that video that he played, we didn't have a boiler downstairs that broke. So we had cold water coming out. I'm not taking no shower in the cold water.
I took a cold shower for a week, bro. My shit was
I will
broken.
agree with you on that one. I'll take a hot shower any day of the week.
Time, you freeze your butt off. Hi, Mr. Bonesy. How you doing? I love Mr. Bonesy.
Oh, look at this. Go ahead, Beast. What do you got for him?
Jack
Mills.
I don't want to talk to
Okay,
him.
Jack Mills, you like to type, or you come in and talk to me? Face
Yeah,
to face.
come in here and talk your shit. Let's go. We'll
Come on,
tag up
Jack.
right now. Make it a
Come
tag
on,
team.
Jack.
Wait, is this the best tag team ever? Is this the
You wanna
Bobby
tag me?
and Beast tag team?
I
The
love
little
these
girls who
people who
got
like
who
to
got no
type.
balls, get your candy asses in here and talk man to man.
Alfie Rock,
If you
go
can't
This is
blow
do it,
epic.
yourself,
give me
okay?
gorilla and chicken.
Yo, I feel like that. I feel like that guy that used to represent Randy Savage.
Yeah, the Bushwhackers. I like the Bushwhackers.
Oh, you guys are the Bushwhackers. All right, there you go.
Yeah, that
All-Star
other guy
if you get on there.
should come on the show.
Luke and Butch were good.
This is an alliance. I agree. You guys have now been aligned together. This is legit.
Yeah, well, that guy had some comment for us. I'm not taking no shit from that guy.
Yeah, I need to see you in the ring. The both of you.
We like to keyboard people that type,
I'm chilling, bro.
and then they don't come in and run their mouth.
They're chicken. What do you expect? They got the yellow stripe up their back because they're
Yeah, I'm not.
You know, they're chicken.
I don't think I'm burning this year. Nobody liked my burning stuff. Maybe I'll burn some before the season. We'll see.
You want some burning sauce to
Do
get that
something
chicken?
different without burning. Do something different.
What do you got there? The
This
hot
is
sauce?
hot from Jersey. Put this on your chicken, and you be going, woo!
Oh,
This has man heat to it.
Is
This
it-
this puts every hot sauce to shame.
Well, I think this
Okay.
is a
Everybody wants to piss me and Bobby off. Come on. We're waiting for two
No,
tag
that
teams
guy
to win here.
really
Hey,
pissed
Hungry
me.
Hippo, get your
Wow.
pansy ass in here. You
Yeah,
little
he's
fuck.
another guy.
Nobody gives a shit.
That's a wild
Oh,
name
you got
too.
the
The Hungry
pussy
Hippo.
anyway.
Yeah, well, they had a game with, remember the Hungry Hippo game?
Ken, Rick Kent, what do you want me to? What are we talking about? Hold on. Let's get some straight. The two of you. When do we see one of you guys get a job first? Which one?
I'm gonna get a
I've done my
job
time.
first.
My time's been there and done.
He's retired. He's not
He's
going to get a
retired.
job. He's 41 years
Oh,
old. He's
did you say
retired. Remember
retarded?
that.
He said retired, bro. He said retired.
Okay.
Yeah, he said retired.
Retired. He said 41 years old. He's retired.
Now, Beast, he's predicting that the Jets will get to the playoffs before he gets a job. Do you concur?
We'll see what happens first. Got to take it one day at a time. It's like when you get up in the morning and move around, you get the circulation in the legs. Okay, but then you got to take your pills, get a cup of water in you, and then get prepared for the day. That's all you got to do. And no, don't you dare make fun of the Three Stooges because I love those three guys.
Hey, dude, they're legends, man. You just called me a legend. You know,
Hey,
I'm
we
cool.
all
Where's earlier my three
right
guys?
here. Yeah, I'm Mo.
He's Mo. Well, you're curly.
Hey, I like
Beast.
Mo. Does anybody remember watching the Joe Douglas show?
Oh shit.
It was in the 70s.
I don't remember that.
No, I don't know about that.
Not Joe Douglas, but I was going to say the Mike Douglas show from the 70s because Mo Howard
Oh,
was
Mike
on.
Douglas show. Yeah.
Yeah, Mike Douglas. Yes, I watched. I was like,
remember the Mike
Never
Douglas.
heard of it.
I never heard
it was
of
one of the weirdest things I ever saw. But also,
He loved it.
now, Bobby, do you remember a name called Dick Cavett?
Yes, I remember him a long time ago. Yes, I did.
Yeah,
Dick Cavett.
he's another one that's been brought for quite some
He
time.
was always on public TV, though. He was
You guys are
always-
aging yourselves right now. What are we talking about? How back in the day?
I'm going to be
Not a great
57 on
movie.
Friday.
Oh shoot! Happy future birthday! Holy shit, that's
I'm
coming
going
up.
to be 57.
Is your birthday coming up, Bobby?
I'm going to
Yeah,
be
Friday.
57 on Friday.
Oh,
Holy
shit.
shit! Happy birthday
What?
to you, there, big fella. I wish I could sell you a cake, but unfortunately, I'd have to do it.
What did that
Yeah,
other guy just wrote? I want to see what he says. What the that idiot right?
Joe Douglas show. He says this.
No, not that one. The one with me and Beast.
That
So-
guy's an idiot.
Jake, what? Well, Jake's not here. Bobby, what did we do last year for your birthday? Did you told Jake? we had a
Oh,
little
Nick
thing?
Strong had a big show for.
There it is. Okay, I guess that's happening again. What are we doing?
I don't know. I don't think so. But the girl from the Wonder Years, remember the Wonder Years?
Okay.
It's in the, she was in the movie
fought
Sidekicks.
me, and then Webster too.
She was in the movie Sidekicks with John.
Good afternoon. I'd like one bag of dicks, please. Thank you very much. All right, I got my bag of dicks. Let's go.
We're back. Appreciate the intermission being held down by Philly Noodles. Great job hosting. Two great guests he booked us, Beast and Bobby. I got open phone lines for anyone who wants into the conversation. Also, I've been talking about it the last few days. Many of you guys know by now. We did hit over $3,000 in money raised for Lane Kerner's family. For those who missed the announcement the last few days, Lane's father had a heart attack and passed away. So in memory of Lane's dad, Alan, we're raising money for the Lane train and his family. And we hit over 3,000 on 61 donations earlier today. So thank you to the Asmaniacs for supporting one of our own. So just an awesome job. Let's see. Open phone lines for anyone who wants in. Lou B with a super chat. Lou, I apologize for missing this. Has anyone here been to a home game with Beast? What type of behavior can we expect? I need to know before I invite him. LOL. Well, I mean, I've never been to a game with Beast. I don't know if anyone in this chat has. I don't even know if Beast has ever actually been to a Jet game. Beast, have you ever been to a Jets game in person?
No, but I've actually watched it on the old telly, and I also watch. In case the telly or the computer goes down, I got my phone on me. I can always put on the Jets radio.
Okay.
Easy. 1, 2, 3.
Got it.
Yo, pish, pash, posh.
Yep. So it's a mystery, Lou. Good luck. Let's see. Man with a rake, I got you down in the raffle for one. I don't know if I shouted you out. I'm going to give some memberships coming up here. We're giving away a signed Sauce jersey, and right now there's only been 16 memberships that have been added. So signed Sauce Gardner jersey, people. I'm going to enter some people on my behalf when I give the membership coming up. But let's get to more of your calls, and let's say hello right now to Papa Jet, who's next on the show today. Hello, Papa.
Got me, Jake?
I got you, Papa.
Man, you've been coming to me quick lately.
You call at the right time. There's not a ton of people on hold.
Caught me off guard. As far as the cut down, Jake, tomorrow, I think Pritchard deserves a spot way before Gibson. Gibson hasn't shown nothing in 2 years since his punt return. Why not give Pritchard a chance? And he looked pretty good on the punt returns. And receiving Friday night, he had a couple moves, gained some extra yards. And as far as I don't know what's going to happen with Taylor, but I'd like to see him on the team another year. I would take Taylor over Barron.
Well, they play different positions though. Barron's an edge, Taylor's a defensive tackle.
Right. But when it comes down to just D line, you know what I'm saying? It's just, what do you got, to sneeze?
No, I had a yawn. This is we're doing 6 hours of broadcasting a day coming off Vegas, so we're feeling it today, that's for sure.
But you know what, Jake? I understand first round through fourth, but to me, 5th, 6th, and 7th, just because you were drafted this year to me, it shouldn't give you a free pass to make the team. That's just my opinion. I mean, to me, it would be a nice change if a GM came out and said, yeah, we blew it on this. We're going to cut him, I would probably take Page over Page is an end, or is he a tackle?
Page is a defensive tackle.
Okay. I don't know.
Look, he might make the team. We'll see. The truth is, we don't know. We don't have a history of Glenn and Muji putting together a roster to know what they value, what they favor. We don't know how they feel about guys they inherited versus guys that they personally brought in. Like, is Pritchard more valuable because it's their guy versus Gibson who's been here? Like, is tiebreaker to the veteran or tiebreaker to the younger player? We don't know how they view these things when they're making decisions.
Well, I'm just saying what I've seen out of Gibson the last couple of years. I think Pritchard.
I would keep Pritchard. More. Pritchard showed me more. Gibson's been banged up this summer, but they might just say, hey, Gibson is our best returner. We feel more comfortable with him back there returning punts, and that's all we want from our punt returners, a guy that's just going to catch the ball. Right? Rex Ryan would put Jim Leonard back there in 09 because he would catch the ball. Didn't care about a big return. Just, can you catch the ball? If they think Gibson is better at just catching the ball, that might get him on the team over Pritchard.
Yeah. I guess we'll find out in another day, but I'm hoping for Pritchard over Gibson. And I'm hoping somehow LT the third stays. But we'll see. Because, Jake, one more thing is don't you think it'd be easier to stash Barron on the practice squad over Taylor?
Do I think it will be easier to stash him on the Taylor might be easier because Barron was a draft pick. So if other teams around the league have him as a draftable player, then maybe they would claim him.
Yeah, Taylor's got another year of playing though, but
he didn't do a lot though.
Yeah. Towards the end, he didn't do too bad, but I don't know. I like to give guys 2 years. But anyways, I'll let you get to other callers. We'll talk to you later.
Papa Jet, continued success. Great call. Ladies and gentlemen, Eli Betts just made it rain gifted memberships. How about 5 of them from Eli? Oh, yeah.
Very good. Eli, you're a great guy.
John and Mother Effin' Chew also enter our signed Sauce Gardner jersey raffle at the end of the show. Bang! Shout out to Sauce, who's using his 4-month as Maniac free super chat to say hi. Hi, Sauce. On that note, let's continue with your calls.
It's Adam's birthday today.
Happy birthday, Adam.
Excuse me.
All right, more of your calls. Here we go. Let's say hello to Purple Belt Mike.
Purple Belt Mike, he loves the dark knight. He's got a green pool and he jumps right in. Maybe someday he'll get a brown belt, but for now he's just that Purple Belt Mike. Purple Belt Mike, it might be purple, but he can still kick your dirty ass.
Yo, got my Jake Asman shirt on. I got my chubbies on. Let's get it, baby.
My man, supporting the sponsors and the merch store.
Hell yeah. Pritchard's making the team, though. I don't think there's a risk there. I think LT3, as much as I want him on the team, I think there's a risk that he won't make it, but it is what it is.
Look, I think when it really comes down to it, I'm not going to lose sleep over what they do there, but I do think Pritchard's earned a spot on the team.
All right.
I think your dog agrees.
I gotta go. She's going nuts.
Where's your wife?
Huh?
Is your wife home?
Yeah, she's cooking. PBW in the house.
PBW, what are we making tonight?
What are we making tonight? I'm not sure. She's making a quiche.
Wow. You know who's really proud of this moment? Gary. He loves this.
Gary loves this, yeah.
Gary is on my shit.
Wait, hold on. I didn't heard you. Go ahead.
They heard me.
You guys heard that?
I believe she said, and I quote, Gary is on my shit list.
Okay, they heard.
That's correct.
I want to know. No, right.
Go ahead, do it. Go ahead.
I want to know if Gary's wife likes him.
She wants to know if Gary's wife likes him, I believe she said.
Yeah, that's what she said. Sorry for the dog.
Even now he's pissed off.
She said our dog's pissed off, too.
I'll tell you what. PBW making some salient points. No one can argue that.
Hell yeah.
You guys have a great dinner.
Purple belt wife, she's the dark knight. She has a lazy husband who forgets to clean potatoes. Maybe someday she'll get some help, but for now, she's just a purple belt wife. Purple belt wife, she might not be purple, but she can kick her husband's ass.
Beastbreaker wrote in PBW with a hard body slam. What do you mean, Beast?
Well, she did make that point about Gary, so that was the hard.
Hey, can you show PBW your hard body slam of the pillow, Aaron Rodgers style?
Perfect time for this. Showtime,
Oh, yeah.
people. The running. Should we do the running? I think we should do the running bulldog. 1, 2. That's how you do it, boys. That's what you call a body slam. Now everybody's got a price for $1 million man. Congratulations, PBW. You still got the punch. And remember, everybody's got a price for the $1 million man.
Hell yeah. I'll see you later, Beast.
Holla at you, player. Woo! Now, let's get to some other callers, shall we? Or, if not much time, let's go back to Jake Asman.
Well done, Beast. Well done. What a moment. Shout out to Sauce, who just sent a super chat that says, hi. Hello. Let's see. James, welcome to the raffle. He gifted a channel membership. He's playing to win a signed Sauce jersey.
Hello. You play to win the game.
You got a membership from James. Make sure you thank him. Last chance to get in here. Cuts tomorrow at 4. I will be live tomorrow afternoon to react to all of it. I also did just see this. I don't think I'm going to do a full monologue on it, so I'll hit on it here. Aaron Rodgers was a guest on Adam Shine's radio show on Mad Dog Radio. Interview was taped today. It will air tomorrow. But here's an excerpt of it. Shine asked him what his message is to Jet fans, and he said, quote, I really embraced my time there and put as much as myself into it as I possibly could, and I really wanted to win there. I really did, and I have a lot of appreciation for the special moments. There weren't a ton of them, but one of the coolest moments, unfortunately, 4 plays later, was all taken away. But running out on that field, it was a special night. I put a lot into it, and I'm sorry it didn't work out, but I'm thankful for the couple of special moments that were had. Shine asked him, what's that going to be like going up against your former team week 1 of the season? Probably nowhere near where it might be made out. A lot has changed over there, obviously, coaching staff-wise, player-wise. Obviously, I have friendships over there, but it's 1 game out of 17, and at 1 o'clock Eastern on that Sunday, it's only going to be on to the next game. So that's just the way it is. So Rodgers being asked about the Jets. I'll never hate on the guy. He didn't work out, but I don't think it was because of a lack of effort on his part. I think it's just the Jet karma engulfed him 4 plays in and ruined everything. One of the worst moments of my life being there, by far. After one of the best moments of my life, 10 minutes prior to that. When he came out with the flag, I've never been in a more electric building. Go back and listen to the crowd on the first 3 and out that the Jets defense had. When DJ Reed was in coverage on Stephon Diggs and the Bills had to punt. Go listen to the crowd. And go listen to the crowd on the Breece Hall handoff of 25 yards to start the game. Crazy. 2 years ago. And here we are. Everything different. Couldn't have gone worse. Robin Boy Wonders gifting a membership. He's in the raffle for 1. Other memberships coming through. Jack won a signed Corbett jersey earlier. I didn't realize Jack's Canadian. We're shipping all the way to Canada. Oh, yeah. Jack, thank you. I got you down for 5. Imagine you win a Sauce signed jersey and a Corbett signed jersey on the same day. It's possible. Philly Noodles might not make the tailgate. Sucks. Anyone got extra tickets? I don't know. Tailgate for what? Week 1? No one knows what you're talking about, Philly. You got to clarify. Dana says, throw me in, please. Dana, I will throw you in. Thank you for supporting the show. $10 super chat worth 2 raffle tickets. Jack, I also definitely will get you down for 5 again. All right, home stretch here. This guy called in on the radio show today, and he made some great points. Ladies and gentlemen, you know who it is. It's time.
What's going on, Jake?
Hello, Kyle.
So, CBS Sports has like a cut tracker, and when you take a look at it, and I'll admit I'm not the guy who knows who the other teams' third, fourth, fifth tight end, but just looking and sorting through some of these players, it looks like they're from hunger, man. It looks like there's not a whole lot to choose from just yet. I think that there's going to be a lot more quality that you'll see starting tomorrow morning. That's why it makes me think about Jamin Davis and why he was released so early as a vested veteran, like why he was exposed that early. I would think that they would want to keep him close until right up to the deadline if they're going to expose him to had a handshake deal, and maybe they just don't think very much of Jamin Davis. What's your thoughts?
I've gone back and forth on it because I asked Antwan about it. I don't know if you saw the beginning of the show, and he said he just didn't think he made the team. So I've heard both. I've heard people speculate like you, it's vested veteran roster gymnastics. They're going to bring him back. And I've heard someone like Antwan saying he just wasn't that good.
Yeah. Either way. All right. That's all I had.
Kyle, you're the man. Great job as always.
You get the fuck out.
Okay. We got some super chats here. At the buzzer, I was about to count the names and spin the wheel. Here we go. Last chance. I'm going to get the membership myself. So if you want a membership to be entered in our signed sauce jersey raffle, hit the like button and make sure you subscribe to the show. Let's see. Ralphie says Pritchett and Monroe were two of the best players in camp and in the preseason. AG should keep them and toss the old regime guys out. Feeling saucy in for the raffle. Well, Monroe, I think, is probably on the bubble. He might make it as the backup safety, one of them. He does play special teams, which helps him. Pritchett should be on the team. I think he is on the team. Glenn talked about him the other day like he was on the team. Jets Worldwide. Do they make jersey frames that hold two jerseys? How about that? Jets Worldwide has already won one signed sauce jersey. Can he do it again? Sean Stewart in the raffle for 5. I'm still concerned about wide receiver 2. Someone got a ball or else G5 will get frustrated. We need a solid passing game. You need someone that can catch the ball and get open. Jacoby Myers does that. I just don't think the Jets are going to trade for him. Mari Cooper might be washed, but Vegas didn't think so. They signed him. I mean, Gabe Davis is still out there. I'd sign him if I'm the Jets. Sauce writes in, hello. Sauce, I think it's the third time you've written hello. Hello back to you as well. Imagine this is the actual Sauce Gardner just messing with us. Probably not, but. James, another raffle entry. Hey, I got you down, James. Good luck. You got a membership from James. Thank him. Mike Dem's in the house. What's up, Mike? He gifted a membership. He's in for 1. All right. Today's closer is Adam is too cool. Adam closes out.
All right. Quick one. So as we approach the last day before cut downs, what is the highest draft pick you're willing to part with for a player that was going to get cut by another team otherwise?
If it's a receiver that I think could actually help them, a 4th.
Okay.
Is that acceptable?
Sure. Whatever you say. It's all good. I just want to give one last good question before we go because it is a pertinent one. Muji's going to have that choice to make. If there is someone really good, could he make a deal the other GM can't refuse? So you'd go as high as 4th. That's cool. All good.
Look, it obviously is tough to answer. It depends on the player. But do I think that they could potentially trade some draft capital. I mean, they've already done it now with multiple trades over the last few days. So I definitely could see it. I just don't know what player that is. It's tough to predict.
Yeah, I love pick swaps, by the way. I think it's awesome. Like, you didn't really lose a pick. You're just downgrading your pick a little bit. It's clever how they do that.
Well, they turned 2 6-round picks into Harrison Phillips, so anything's possible.
Yeah, and then they turned 90 into a 6th to get another 6 back.
Exactly. No, Muji did a really good job this weekend. I think it's flying under the radar.
This Monopoly money stuff is hilarious. So anyway, that was it. Great calls today. Really appreciate the show.
Adam, well done.
You get the fuck out.
Good call by Adam. All right, we're going to do the raffle here. I'm going to count up the names. We're giving away, if you missed it, a signed Sauce Gardner jersey. So if you want in, last chance. Rat Diddy, he heard no buzzer. He says, at the buzzer. Bang! Bang! Let's go, Rat. Always appreciate your support. Okay. On that note, the names are being counted. I also want to plug something. So Gator released a 4-part docuseries on the origins of Beastbreaker calling into the show. In that docuseries, there was a clip that was a part of it that we have not played on the show since it happened. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've never seen this, buckle up, and then we're giving away a Sauce jersey right after this.
Hey, Beast, what's happening, buddy?
Not much, Captain Neal. We need to stop playing chicken shit football, get our heads out of our ass, and stop running around like a bunch of chickens with our goddamn heads cut off.
Listen, I have a great guinea pig story I have to tell you. A couple guinea pigs. I keep them in the den. I end up cleaning the cage. I'm like, these goddamn guinea pigs. So I put them outside in the patio. We get a big rainstorm. I didn't put holes in the bottom of the cage. The next day I come out, the guinea pigs are floating on top of the water in the cage. I know, it was horrible, Pete. Now I got to bury the guinea pigs. So I take a big hefty bag and I stick my hand in it and I pull the 2 guinea pigs into the hefty bag, right? So I take the bag and I go like this, woo, and it hooks around the wire on top of the fence like a sneaker. Now I got the 2 guinea pigs dead hanging from a wire on the thing. Beast, don't get upset. I'm saying, when is an animal going to get to that thing and open the bag up and have some lunch? I figured a crow, maybe a raccoon will go up there. That bag was up there for days and days. But it finally disappeared. Oh, Beast is getting upset.
Oh, no.
Beast, don't get upset. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Beast, I couldn't help it. They drowned. What do you want me to do? I couldn't help it. What? No, he's mad about the guinea pigs. He's pissed.
That's what I mean. He's a
Don't
PETA,
be mad,
whatever you call
Beast. It was an accident. What do you want from me?
You don't want to go there.
He didn't do it on purpose.
Ooh.
No.
You don't want to do this. You don't want to go there.
I upset the Beast. Beast, don't be upset.
Oh, you just did. Did.
It was an accident. I couldn't help it.
Uh-oh. What's that? I'm confused.
Now, Beast, the good news is this. The latest photo of you and little Joey is one I think you're going to love. Gator made this just for you.
No, that's appropriate. That's much better. That's much better. Thanks, Gator. I'm warning you, Neil. You just opened the floodgates to your own personal hell. Not like that again. How dare you?
Gator says little Joey is going to be in next year's Hasmaniac Madness tournament.
We'll see. We'll see what happens first. Ever bring up a sick guinea pig story like that? It made me sick to my stomach.
What a moment that was, huh? What a moment. Jack in the raffle for 5. How about it, Jack? Let's go.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
We got a membership from Jack. Thank him. He's in for 10 entries now. Sauce, instead of saying hi, now says, what's up? What's up? How you doing?
Is a blessing.
Ladies and gentlemen, are we ready for an Asmaniac raffle? I have right here what we're playing for. It's a signed Sauce Gardner jersey with a certificate of authenticity. Oh, yeah. Greatness on full display. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go.
It's time to announce the winners of the weekly Asmaniac raffle. Let's spin the Jake Asman Show Wheel of Champions and find out which Asmaniac is winning an epic prize.
As I'm getting ready to spin the wheel, PBM writes in, screw it, add me, baby. All right, PBM, because we like you and your wife, who stole the show today. Here we go. All the names are on there. I've shuffled the names. Only one can win. If you win, you have to email me. AsmanJake@gmail. Your name and address, so I know where to send the signed jersey to. On that note, good luck to everyone. And again, thanks to everyone who supports the channel, these memberships and super chats. Keep it possible to do this year round. Here we go. Spencer Green. He's starting his last year of law school with a bang, a signed Sauce Gardner jersey. Hit the Jet chant. Yeah. Again. Congrats, Spencer. First day of my last year of law school. Beast Breaker shirt on, ready to roll, baby. How about that? A true Asmaniac. Through and through. Winning our top prize in this afternoon's daily raffle. Congratulations to Spencer Green. That's awesome. Spencer, I think you've won something before, but just remind me, shoot me an email with your address, and I will get this sent out to you tomorrow, most likely. If not, certainly by Wednesday. Again, thank you all for your support. Congrats to our 3 daily raffle prize winners earlier in the show. That was Cheeseman, NYC, 2SRQ, and Omari. You guys are awesome. Spencer Green, by the way, just wrote, only 3 people asked, what is that man? I said, long story, he's a legend. How about that? That's awesome. Spencer, well-deserved, man. Well-deserved. Shoot me an email, AsmanJake@gmail, and we'll get you the jersey. On that note, I will talk to you guys soon. JETS, Jets. We're back tomorrow, 9 a.m., because I'm doing the Michael K show all week on radio. Let's go back to Beast, whose camera's not on, but we know he's there. Hey, Beast.
Playtime is over. In the words of the Paulie Dangerously,
You get the fuck out.
Just kidding. I'll come back to you, Beast. What do you got?
You get the fuck out.
woo!
Are you still mad at me? I'm very confused.
If you want real good tacos, you gotta go with El Flour Tortilla. You can also do carne asada. Well, gracias, amigo. Este Taco Tuesday, las muchas gracias.
Muy,
Oh, este es huesos.
muy.
Oh, nobody gives a shit. Oh, the dangerous lines is. Oh, this means war. Oh, you want to play with fire? Oh, right here. Oh, piss off. Oh,
He's gone. All right. I'm sorry. Farts are funny. Beast is called back in. Hey, Beast.
I've already prepared the. Oh, I prepare. Oh, get in the cage with me, you pussies. Oh, I got more balls than half the roster that can't combine. I got the power to do it. Oh, thank you for your time. Oh, I was going to say. Oh, and remember, this is Mr. Oh,
None of that made any sense, but thank you, Beast, for whatever that was.
nobody gives a shit.
Hey, here's the deal. Just got no chance unless you click on that like button. And you gotta make sure you subscribe to the Jake Asman Show. You don't, you can get the f*** out. Now let's go, Asmaniacs. We're built for this shit.